It's the book club, and this time, 2 tiny, terrible tales from Sarah Jules. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dave Musson, and this is the place where normally I talk to you about Stephen King, but in this spin-off series I'm talking to you about horror books that aren't written by Stephen King, that I've read recently, that I've enjoyed, and that I think you will too. Yeah, this is my book club, where in each episode I'll give you a synopsis of a book, I'll give you a bit about the author, I'll give you a spoiler-free review, and I'll try and align it to a Stephen King book to keep it on brand for the channel, and also give you that point of reference to help you decide if you want to go and check this book out for yourself. And if you do read it and you enjoy it, make sure you rate it and review it on Goodreads, Amazon, Storygraph, all of those places. And if you really like it, rave about it to your friends, post about it on social media, buy your friends copies, all of those kind of things. If you're looking for more recommendations from the book club, check out the full playlist. There's almost 70 suggestions in there, so plenty to keep you busy. So this time I'm covering 2 stories for you from Sarah Jules, one of the biggest talents in the UK indie horror scene. Both these stories are tiny, both of these stories are terrible, and both of them, and when I say terrible, I mean terrible in a sort of terrifying way, not terrible as in bad. They're really good. They're really, really fun. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's get into it. Let's cover Sarah Jules' newest stories, Creepy Little Bastards and The Things in the Woods. Let's go. Okay, I'm going to do the author details first this time because it's the same author for both stories, and it's someone who I've featured on the book club a couple of times before. So, Sarah Jules is an indie horror author from Yorkshire. She's a self-professed accidental hipster who refuses to apologise for this. She's also the owner of Sarah Jules Writing Service, a job that allows her to work in her pyjamas, which she is immensely grateful for. She has written 4 novels, You Invited It In, You Need to Leave. Both of those can also be found in the book club. Don't Lie and Found You. And she edited Bloody Hell, an anthology of UK indie horror, which is also in the book club, and has co-edited Good for Her alongside Shauna McElney and T.C. Parker of Nefarious Bat Press, which is also in the book club. If Sarah isn't working or writing, you can find her with her nose stuck in a book, travelling the UK with her partner, or sweating it out in the gym. She's a mental health advocate, coffee addict, and loves all things spooky and or creepy. Cool. Right, let's start off with Creepy Little Bastards and the synopsis of that one. Creepy Little Bastards promises to sink its claws into you. You can't remember when they first appeared. Nobody can. But now they're here. Solid, real, everywhere. They're creepy little bastards, don't you think? Creepy Little Bastards is the first instalment in the Tiny Terrible Tales short horror stories collection by Sarah Jules. So there's your synopsis. Let's get into my review of Creepy Little Bastards. So I had plenty of fun breezing through this story in one sitting on my lunch break. Just a fun, tiny scare from, as I say, one of the brightest voices in UK indie horror. So this is a tale about those gnarly, freaky little Labubu dolls that seem to have popped up everywhere in 2025. Only in the story they're called Balubu dolls. Now, whether this is to protect the author from being sued or to try and shield the author from the fact that she's onto these dolls, I guess that remains to be seen, right? So this one is told in epistolary fashion, and it doesn't waste time. It gets in, gets under your skin and scares you, and then gets out again. And like I said, I just had loads of fun with it. And God, I really, really, really want to know what happened in the missing 2 months. And when you've read the story, you'll probably feel exactly the same as me. I loved seeing how the horror all panned out though, and how this story just went down staggeringly quickly. Now, when I finished the story, when I first read it, I thought the ending was a little blunt, but then I realised it just won't go away from me. That ending has stuck with me, and I have questions about the ending, but I can't ask them here for fear of spoilers. But just know that this is a story that will linger with you. And I guess it means that those creepy little bastards, they're not done with you when you put this story down. They're here for a while, so watch out. Okay, on to a synopsis for The Things in the Woods. Quite a short one. As with all urban legends, the story of Everclear House evolved depending on who was telling it. 2 things always remained. There were things in the woods. The things in the woods fed on the almost dead. there's your synopsis. Let's get into my spoiler-free review of The Things in the Woods. So this is another tiny and twisted tale from Sarah Jules, and another one that kind of scratches a bit away, gives you a glimpse of this world of horrors underneath, and then kind of whips you out and just lets your brain chew it over and over and over and just mess itself up and tie itself in knots. So this one is a powerful look at the horrific disease that is dementia and how it just ruins people, all done with the help of some really freaky Slenderman type beasts out there in the woods. For such a short story, this is incredibly well plotted, with enough world building and backstory to make it feel really, really brilliantly rounded and established. It was also full of sumptuous and scary writing. There are some scenes involving some videos that we see, the descriptions of which truly got under my skin. Good stuff. So when it comes to comparing these to a King book, these are like cuts from Skeleton Crew, maybe a UK edition of Skeleton Crew, because they do feel quite British, which I love. But yeah, they feel like cuts from Skeleton Crew that you've not read before, which is a bit of a treat, if you ask me. So to sum up, if you're a regular around here, you'll know that I am a sucker for good, short, punchy, scary stories, and both of these tales really scratch that itch. And I'm very excited to see where Sarah takes this series in 2026. I'm definitely ready for more of these tiny, terrible tales. So these are both out now, available digitally on Amazon. Go get them. And huge thanks to Sarah for sending me some review copies so I could come and talk about them here on the book club for you. Strong recommend. Okay, there we go. 2 tiny, terrible tales. How many T's did I say there? 2 tiny, terrible tales told to you on the book club. I'm going to stop saying words with T at the start now. Yeah, Sarah Jules is a terrific talent. Go and check out all of her stuff. But if you want an easy way in, these are great, and you can binge both of these in one sitting. That's what they're designed for. So that's about it. If you've come this far, I'm going to throw a couple of quick plugs at you. Everything I like to plug is linked below, but those things are my own collection of short stories. Once More Around the Sun, won some awards. Pretty pleased with it. My Stephen King trivia book, my range of Stephen King themed band shirts, and the fact that you can become a member of this channel, become a constant viewer, support me directly, all of that kind of stuff. If none of that works for you, fine, just watching these videos is a terrific help. Maybe share them with a friend and subscribe if you haven't done so already so you don't miss anything in the future. But otherwise I will see you soon, either for talking horror movies on my Silver Screen feature, talking Stephen King on the main bulk of my channel, or right back here for another recommendation next week in the book club. Take care and happy reading.